Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Lionel. Hey, I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. It is Wednesday, and I gotta tell you what you're not watching as to what you should be watching. Now, I came to you a few months ago in regards to Tough Love Atlanta. It was season 5 within the Tough Love series, but they are back with season 6, which is actually season 2. It looks like they're breaking it off and letting each city have their own city seasons or whatever. But anyways, I'm back with it. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video and also subscribe to my channel. And you can leave your comments below. So let's get into this new episode and new season. All right, so first I want to shout out Mr. Caleb and Ronnie Davis for giving us this Tough Love series. I'm going back and viewing old seasons, and I'm recognizing a lot of actors that are now quite big at this moment. You know, I see a lot of Tyler Perry actors that you can see on Sisters, the Valley Alice, Ebony, I forgot her last name. You can even see some of the more newer ones. Julian Horton, who plays Derek on Tough Love Atlanta, and also the actors who played Jackie in this last season is now on Beauty in Black. That's currently streaming on Netflix. You can check out that series. This is Tyler Perry's series. She plays Rain, and Julian, he plays Roy. I'm actually reviewing it also, so you can check out my reviews, go through my playlist. So shout out again to Mr. Caleb and Ronnie Davis. Thank you for bringing it back so soon. Of course, to give you a little synopsis of what's going on, is that we had some post-college graduates that were interns for this music company, I think it was. But it was under this guise of these two people, Jason and Monica, who had gotten these PPP loans, you know, during the early 2020s, and they, what's the word? They committed fraud. So they hired these interns to try to get some money, and they were using this music front as this way to get the money. Well, things didn't work out for them. As far as Jason and Monica, the FBI got into it, and they went on to jail. Other things were going on. These were 5 individuals. They had their own stories with their own relationships and all that good stuff. Jackie, which was one of the main characters, got into a car accident and almost killed a man. And we saw at the end of the season that she was going to jail. Everyone was covering for her, and it didn't work out for her, basically. There was another story of this woman, Lisa, and Derek, who's still in the current season, who has, basically, she allowed this man to dog her out, meaning let him cheat. At first, he was just cheating, and she would just excuse his behavior, and then they opened it up to having an open relationship. That didn't work out either because Derek couldn't abide by the rules. She finally found her strength and let go of that ninja and got with this artist who got into the car accident with Jackie. That almost ended his life. So Jackie was with this guy named Kenny. Kenny needed this. He was homeless, all that good stuff. They were kind of like, they were on opposite ends of the track. Jackie comes from a wealthy family, and of course, they're up here and everyone else is down here. Jackie wants to pursue a music career as producing beats and all that good stuff. Who else? Aisha. Aisha is a content creator online. She was dating this guy who was bisexual. She was very insecure, and she kept flip-flopping on if she wanted to be with him. For whatever reason, bisexuality is not for men, but women can do it all the time. And don't be asked anything. They can flip-flop, they can experiment, and they're not considered gay, but men can't. And that was the issue during the season. So let's get into this new season. So go ahead and check out, I think it's under Tough Love Atlanta season 5, but this one's season 2. They may have changed it and broke it down, but I will leave a link in my description on where you can watch this episode and the season. We first start off now. The formula of this show, Tough Love Atlanta, I don't know about the others. There's usually a plot that's given to us about what's happening in the future, at least what is given to us. They usually show us what's happening, I guess, now, present day, and then take us back about a month or so to explain how did we get here. That's the formula. That's kind of like How to Get Away with Murder. Shout out to Miss Shonda Rhimes. That was the formula over there, usually for a season. So, anyways, we find out that each of the fellows, they've been kidnapped. Now, last season, they were supposed to be a part of a new fellowship. I'm not seeing that as of yet on the first episode, so I don't know what happened there. So then we jump back to a month before. They're still tied together in some type of way. We see Jackie. Jackie is now being played by Miss Anissa Lachey. This is at a baby reveal party, and Jackie is having a boy. And we find out that she's with this man, and his man name is Will. And we see Jackie's mother and also father there and all that. He ends up proposing to her. She was shocked and kind of taken aback that he's asking her all of this, and a little bit apprehensive, but of course, pressure with the audience there. She says yes. And that is, so last time we checked, Jackie was with Kenny, so I guess we're going to get a lot of backstory as to what happened. Lisa is now going to group therapy. It looks like it's women who have been subject to toxic relationships, and she's trying to break the cycle. She tells her story, and then there's a group hug. In regards to it, she just said, I allowed all of this stuff to happen, and I don't understand why I did all this, da-da-da-da-da. Aisha's with this guy making content, and this guy is not Trey. So I guess she done dropped Trey. What was I gonna say? With this guy bought her a car. They have this bow on there or whatever, and then next thing you know, they're acting like this couple or whatever. This guy comes over. It was like, hey, basically they're on somebody's car and they're using somebody's car to make content. I said, what the crap, Aisha? No, you didn't used to be like this. So I don't know what you're gonna do. So they got caught and then had to move and all that good stuff. We see Drew, who is at this podcast, and it's black men on a podcast. You get where I'm going with this? Most of these black guys, I'm sorry, I'm a black guy, but anyways, y'all get on there and you got nothing good to say. It's full of patriarchy and misogynism. And that's what it was. And basically, this guy was talking about this woman that he was going to hook up with. He hated the fact that the woman was leading in the bedroom, and basically said, here we go, let's get to it. A guy should lead and all this good stuff. Drew says, within his relationship, I think a man should lead and a woman should fall in line. At the same time, Lisa's listening to this podcast, and she's getting ready for a date. She looks pretty cute. I said, go ahead, Lisa. At this point, Drew has showed up at Lisa's home with flowers and all this good stuff. Lisa was praying before she opened the door, give me the strength to actually fight off this dude. She ends up standing up for herself. She throws the flowers down. Like, look, there's nothing. What's that Taylor Swift song? We are never, ever, ever getting back together. That was the song. Or that's the message that Lisa wanted to convey. So she ends up going on her date and leaving Drew in the cold. All right, so Jackie has came inside from the festivities that are going outside for the baby reveal. And the mom was like, what's going on? And meanwhile, we're seeing that Jackie has an ankle bracelet. Those ankle monitors that you get when you're on probation. So mom was like, I don't know why you're looking down. This is a happy occasion and da-da-da-da-da. Jackie's like, I'm not really into it. She's like, well, you and Will, you grew up together, you used to date and all this good stuff. It's like, well, it looks like you and his mom are the most happy about this whole situation. And Jackie's mom was like, look, well, he's the one that rescued you out of this whole situation and got you out of this crime thing that you don't have to do jail right now. This is a true love story of dear people that had been together and now have found their way back to each other, having a baby out of wedlock. She had to say that. And you just need to suck it up and do what's best. It's almost like Jackie done been sold off just to be rescued from the crime that she did commit. So now she's stuck with a man in an engagement and with the baby. Let's see. Kenny is with a new girl. She's doing a lot of marketing on the internet. We found out a little bit later that she's a rapper. So right now, social media is the way to go if you're going to garner a lot of fans. Now, I will say this, as far as support, as far as purchasing your music, you're gonna have to find other ways, because some of these real rap girls are only sustained on the internet, and they're not supporting, they're not going to the concerts and all that good stuff. So hopefully you have a plan B as you're building your internet audience. I don't even think that we got her name as of yet. Anyway, she has this gay best friend, and basically is her good Judy, and gassing her up and all that good stuff. And of course, Kenny's loving some of it. You know, that's just, it looks like his new career that he's going to. While he's filming, it looks to go on probably like Instagram Live or something. He's seeing a lot of photos of or videos. Also, he's seeing Aisha, and then he also seeing Jackie, finding out that she's pregnant and engaged. And the girl comes over and sees him kind of like distracted, and she's like, "What's going on?" Well, you know, the girl I was talking about, yeah, that one that she was kind of being condescending towards her, but he said, you know, I was kind of taken aback to see her engaged and about to get married and all that, because we did used to at least go together. The girl said that she understood and all that, and he thanked her for being understanding in this transitional period. Let's see. Lisa and Drew. Well, first, Jackie received her presents. Every bag was blue, except one was pink. So she opened up the pink one because she was curious, and she found this black compact, and it has a message in there, and someone knows Jackie's dirt. Then we flip over to Kenny, and he's received the same black box with another message in there. So also, obviously, this is the setup for the fellows to get this message as to what's going on. Aisha is on a date with another guy that wasn't in the Instagram Live thing or Instagram thing with the car. So while they're out, they find this. Well, they didn't find a fan of Aisha or supporter of Aisha sees her out on this date, and they talk a little bit, and sees her with this other guy. And she was like, "Oh, Deshaun couldn't make it. That's the guy that she was taking pictures with this car, that not her car. This is just a friend from college." I was like, "Oh, okay." The boyfriend didn't really trip, or the guy didn't really trip. I don't know if he's a boyfriend or whatever, but it looks like they're dating to some extent. I don't know if it's official as of yet. He was a little bit taken back about the paparazzi and all that, as far as what he called it. But he said, you know, it comes with the territory, da-da-da-da-da. I had to tell him about Deshaun because they are an internet couple. She has a lot of brand partnerships and all that good stuff at this point. Obviously, Aisha is booming in what she's doing at this moment. She was kind of getting popular last season, and it looks like she's finally making it someplace. All right, so we go back to Jackie. Jackie ends up messaging whoever sent this message to her. Basically, she pushes back and calls the bluff. She said, if you were going to do something, you would have done something by now. So we see Jackie in her element. Remember last season, she was making all these beats. She's making all these beats. And then Will comes in and rubs her belly. Jackie is trying to tell her about this package that came in. I guess she was about to tell him concerning the blackmail that she was receiving. But then he ends up interrupting her and saying, what is that? He's looking on the computer. She's producing beats. Well, Jackie, you are a classy lady, and we don't need beats. You don't need to do all that ghetto-fied trap music. And Jackie was like, this is like my passion or whatever. No, you need to concentrate on being a wife and a mother. You're not going to be doing all this hood stuff. Not on my watch. I said, oh, so we're one of them. Okay. All right, so Aisha, she's getting out of her car to go home, to get into her home. And she's talking with the date. And he's asking her different questions. She's like, you don't have a roommate? He said, I used to have. Remember the roommate from last season? It got too messy when Drew and the girl, I forgot what her name was messing around. It was something that was a part of the rules that Lisa and Drew had for each other, that he was not supposed to go with someone we knew. No. Basically, don't embarrass me. It can be open, but people can't know about it. So she said, so the date was like, what, did this girl like sleep with your ex? She said, no, but my ex would prefer to be with you. So basically her and Trey did not work out, all because of her insecurities. Honestly, I wish it would have went on this season, because it's still a topic that needs to be addressed. And I guess Trey won't be on this season. but hopefully we touch it a little bit more instead of just Aisha being spooked out by a bisexual man. So dude ends up saying, I used to be a thug, da 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 da, and she's like, well, I like a little thug, and he was like, y'all like thugs until actually you got to deal with the consequences of being with a thug. But you don't really have to worry about that because I'm not really into being a thug anymore. So she arrives on the porch and she sees a familiar package, as is the rest of the crew has gotten. And then she ends up telling dude, I'll call you back. So the next day, Lisa is on the phone. It looks like she's exercising or whatever, and she's got to talk to her mom. And mom is saying, if you get back with Derek, you are a fool. Da, 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 da. She said, no, I don't know if I'm going to get back with Derek or not. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going on all of these dates, and the dude I just went with, all he can do is talk about sex. So while she's talking, some dude runs up behind her and snatches her phone. There's another dude that sees the perp and seizes the phone and roughs him up a little bit. So now Lisa is a damsel in distress that has been rescued. Yay! I think for Lisa, I'm a little bit annoyed with it, unfortunately, because it's like she needs all of these knight in shining armor, and I need her to stand up a little bit more. And I'm glad that this is a process, and I guess we're going to see for seasons on down as to what is happening with Lisa and see her growth or whatever. But it's like, a man rescued you, now you're, oh, my prince is gone. Like, okay, like, thank you, Disney. Like, and I love the series. No, I'm just giving my feedback on, like, there's a man got to define you, Lisa, and does a man have to come in and try to rescue you to make you feel secure and all this good stuff? Just stand up. That's all I want you to do, Lisa. Stand up. So she's all, we find out the guy's name is Quentin. Jackie. She's making breakfast and she's eating this muffin while she's making breakfast. Will comes in and says, I think you should be having a smoothie instead of eating all this stuff. And Jackie was like, I'm eating for two. And he basically said, I don't care. Like, what's going to happen when you deliver this baby? You're not going to be able to lose the baby fat. I was like, dang. So it's like that. You won't be able to shed your baby weight. So, of course, Jackie is annoyed. Will walks out of the room. She throws the muffin away. I would have kept on eating the muffin. You're better than me, Jackie. You're better than me. So obviously, Jackie's got to be the Stepford wife. And that's not the type of person that Jackie is. Jackie was the one that was controlling the relationship last time. So it's now, you got this man who has all of this stuff weighing over her head, now having to control the controlling. Interesting. Derek. Derek comes by to see Lisa, I think. Wait, no, not yet. Derek is walking on the street and he sees this guy and he tries to pass by him. And he says, and this guy asks, like, why haven't you responded to my message? We found out this dude is the one that sent the phone. That's another element I forgot. When Lisa and Derek were in conversation a couple of days ago, when Lisa was about to go on her date, Lisa got into her car and found a package. Derek got in his car and found the same type of package that Jackie and Kenny had already received, and Aisha. We only heard something from Aisha as far as blackmail thus far, but obviously others have gotten blackmail too. So we're finding out that this dude, I guess, is involved with Jason. Jason was the head of this music thing that didn't really go off. They owe him money. So not only did they create fraud with the government, they also have been dealing with the underworld and owe them. So they're basically saying all the fellas are going to figure out a way to get their money back that Jason had, even though none of them had anything to do with what Jason and Monica were doing, mostly what Jason was doing. I said, Lord, that is so crazy. And he threatens Derek and says things will get bad for you. He hands him something, I guess something that he can hold over him. I don't know what else there is to hold over Derek because he was embarrassed on national TV or national internet and all that good stuff about what he allegedly did in college. So I don't know how that is being played out either, if we're going to continue to speak about that. We get another flash forward and we see that the fellows are being handed pieces of paper in this dark room. when it gets to Jackie, and she opens it up and says, how did the hell did you find out about this? So it's like, what has been going on with you, Jackie? For real. Kenny talks with his girlfriend. His girlfriend's dancing, and da-da-da-da-da. She's ready to get her BBL. And Kenny said, what, you gonna have like the City Girls starter kit? She said, yeah. All the rappers have this type of body regimen, and it's quite true. Y'all all look like each other, and it's quite interesting to watch. But she's ready to do that. But Kenny is distracted again. And she said, are you thinking about Jackie again? He was like, no. But she was like, look, I'm going to say it like this. I'd rather you be focused on me while you're here. And he said, I get it, and I will do that. What was I going to say? Kenny is really more distracted by the message he received from the black thing. And the message basically said, as he's conversing back with whomever, the blackmailer, you have no choice. You got to help out you got to do what we say do. All right. So Aisha and the guy that she's dating is playing Uno, but she's distracted. I said, you can't be distracted during Uno because you're going to lose. And I'm just saying that because I love me some Uno. So don't be doing that. Play the game, Lisa. Play the game. So Deshaun calls Aisha and says they've been invited to a Couples and Cocktails podcast. And she said, what are we supposed to do over there? They're supposed to talk about how to maintain their relationship as they are on the internet and having all of this success. They both laugh and giggle because they know that they're not in any type of relationship or whatever. But you can see how the dude that she's dating now is uncomfortable with this whole setup. So Derek and Lisa, they meet up again, and Derek is like, why are you so determined to be done with me? And Lisa said, I can't trust you, Ninja. So Derek finally pleads, like, give me another chance. Lisa ends up saying, fine. But look, I'm still weighing out my options. I'm still going on dates. You're not stopping what's going on over here. And you need to prove yourself. So Quentin, the knight in shining armor, shows up, and they're going to go out on a date. So, the same guy that was harassing Derek the other day sent another message to Jackie, and basically this dude knows that this baby is not Will's. I said, oh, and they're threatening to tell that. So I was like, oh Lisa, so is this Kenny's or another guy? I don't know, but I guess we got to tune in. But I'm excited to see what happens. You can watch every, I think, a Tuesday on YouTube for a new fresh episode, or you can download or purchase the whole series, and we can binge the whole series. It's at a cost. Mr. Caleb, he did tell us last night that we can go on and purchase, and he has the link in the description. So I'll leave all those details below, but it's quite interesting to see what's going to happen this season, and I appreciate what they gave to us. So thank you guys. I'm glad you guys are back. Please like this video and also subscribe to this channel, and you can leave your comments below, but make sure you do support the Tough Love series, Tough Love Atlanta Season 2. Until the next one, peace.